Peace, it's Hookdiggy. Time again for another 17. Let's about to turn this ringer off. Is what we about to do. Peace, what's going on? It's Hookdiggy. Time again for another Off the Record. And today's topic, I'm gonna talk about a series that I watched called Naked and Afraid. I started watching this show, I think when it first dropped. The promos for it looked fascinating because I'm a Boy Scout by nature, got my Eagle Scout, so I used to do a lot of camping and stuff like that. So when they were talking about being out in the wild, survival kind of series, I was interested in this whole premise of being naked in the woods for 3 weeks. I think it's 21 days. I find it fascinating that people would sign up for this type of challenge, first of all. And one of the things that I always paid attention to was you got this vulnerability factor of being naked. Everything's been stripped away. And so, I've seen some behind the scenes footage where the two participants, they say, oh, I looked at first, but then, I got over it because the next thing that kicks in is the afraid part. You're thinking of the survival. This is how I know if I'm gonna enjoy the episode or not. And it's the attention that the team pays to putting together a shelter. I'm always fascinated, you got 3 weeks out here. Who's gonna make the best shelter they can make? Who's just gonna throw something up? Who's not gonna care, say it's not that important? But it's always interesting because I'm always paying attention I'm not gonna like this episode because they don't care about the shelter. They just like, whatever, we just gonna breeze through it, we're not gonna be prepared. And what's great about the show is watching the lessons that they learn throughout those 3 weeks of just life lessons, man. Being prepared. You got a limited amount of time. We don't know how much time we have in life, but we know it's a limited amount of time. So are we living the best life that we can live? Are we doing the most that we can in our life? Are they doing the most they can do in these 3 weeks? Or they just kind of like, I'll be all right, I'll just sleep out here on the ground. So I'm always paying attention to who's gonna really care, okay, what's the best shelter we can build to take care of us, to protect us for these next couple of weeks? So I always pay attention to that and just how that reflects on, life lessons and things like that. And the importance of teamwork, man. You don't know who you're getting paired up with. The producers, I know a lot of times, they be like, we'll have fun, we'll pair this person with this person. Yeah, sure. But that's how life is, man. You don't know who you're gonna run into, who you may start working with, who you're going to meet out there and you gotta work with and figure it out, man. And in that situation, it's, I don't want to say it's live or die because people don't die on the show because it's a TV show, but the way you work with your teammate, and I've seen people who squabble at the beginning, they have a hard time starting off, but they come to a common goal. And it's amazing how we put that back in life too. We meet people from different, backgrounds, from different skill sets, and we have a common goal. We work together, let's figure this out, together. And being able to deal with the unexpected, because you don't know what's gonna happen, if you're gonna be prepared. I see a lot of times, the show, they have them, they set up a shelter. Oh, this will be good. They're straight, this will get us through the night, all right. And then it rains, they didn't prepare for the rain. Or, they won't make the fire that first night. Like, oh, we'll be all right. And it gets cold, it's freezing, and they sit there like, oh, we're so cold, it's so cold. And they be blaming the elements. So no, you just didn't make the fire, cuz. You was too busy doing something else. So, in the balance, of knowing you only got a certain amount of time, a certain amount of daylight, you don't have nothing. So at nighttime, it's like you can't see. So you definitely got to make the most of the time. And what becomes priority? And for the most part, it's it's shelter. If you're in a colder or a mild climate, they'll do fire, and then food. In that order. I'm not about that life, but glad that y'all are, man. I'll be taking lessons and learning from it. That's what's up. And then the last thing I notice about the show, and which I enjoy, is the excitement and the adrenaline rush they get when they reach the extraction point. So for those of y'all who don't watch the show, at the end of the 21 days, they have to go to an extraction point to be rescued, picked up, taken off the show, whatever the case is. So there's always this journey the last day to get to the extraction point. I always wonder why people just never just start at the extraction point, do the hard part first. But, maybe somebody will do that one day. But there's always this last, we're gonna build up this last bit, we're tired, but we're gonna push through to the extraction point. And they're beat up. They beat up. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so famished. I haven't ate. I'm this and that. And they'll be complaining the whole way, and they're frail, and they're weak, and they're tired. Then all of a sudden they see the vehicle come to pick them up. Burst of energy. They're excited. They're, yes, we're here. You know, they just couldn't walk a few minutes ago, but they're jumping up and yelling and screaming. And I'd be like, mind over matter, man. Sometimes, you know, sometimes we'll feel like, nah, we can't go, we can't push anymore. And just the suggestion they have, you know, the realization that it's over, they get that boost. You already had it in you. And so I pick up on that, be like, okay, when I get to a point and I feel like stopping and I feel like, this is it, this is done. Is there something that I can put in myself to make me want to jump up and be more energized, be more apt to finish the job, man, to finish the task, to keep it moving, to keep pushing through, because it's in there. You know, it's in there. We really don't know the limits that we have on ourselves until we really push those limits. And so I'm always fascinated. I'd be like, here they go. They can't make it up the top of the mountain. But when they get to the top of that mountain and they see that rescue truck or helicopter, they're going to be dancing around and they're going to find that energy. You find that energy, just harness that energy, keep that energy going, do everything to the fullest. And so that's what I learned from watching Naked and Afraid, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in and hearing me ramble about Naked and Afraid. And if you like the video, hit the like button. Leave a comment about your favorite Naked and Afraid moment. I'll reply to it. I'm pretty sure I've seen the episode too. We can laugh about it. Subscribe to the channel. Check me online at hookdiggy.com, man. And I'm gonna get out of here. I think Naked and Afraid coming on tonight, as a matter of fact. See y'all later. Peace.